Are you under the age of 65 and one of the 42 plus million low-income people all across the country who relies on food stamps or SNAP benefits or has an EBT card? Well, if that's your situation, lawmakers just dealt a massive, massive blow to you and your monthly benefit that I certainly want to share with you here in this video, as this is going to impact the program in a massive way, the beneficiaries in a massive way, and ultimately your monthly benefit also in a massive way. And I guess I could also throw in there your lifestyle in a massive way. This is a big, big change that we've been talking about for several months now, but now it is getting to be official. It's very, very close, and I want to spend some time here in this video sharing with you the details of what they are doing and how this is going to impact a lot of people, which, by the way, a little bit later on in this video, I will do a Q&A. In other words, I will answer some questions I've seen down below in the comment section on previous videos, as well as I will answer some questions that I do anticipate I will likely see down below in the comment section on this video as well. However, if I do miss something, please feel free to stick it down below in the comment section. I can jump on a live stream, whatever you need from me. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Okay, let's talk through the details about this. All right, now, first off, we all recognize lawmakers are working on the reconciliation bill, right? The multi-trillion-dollar bill. But at the same time, in order to pay for this thing, they need to find the money somewhere, right? So that's what they're doing. So they're trying to find money. They're trying to scrape together as much money as they can, which is a little bit of the efforts out of Doge, which we haven't talked about that a whole lot lately, but that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to cut back on other spending so they can basically take that money and use it toward the multi-trillion-dollar reconciliation bill, right? Okay. Again, you get it. But that's kind of what's going on. Now, the money needs to come from somewhere. In other words, they need to cut something in order to get savings somewhere else, right? All right, so this is what it comes down to, as the SNAP program is getting whacked here big time. And like I said, a devastating blow to this benefit program, as well as a lot of beneficiaries. Okay, now at the beginning of the video, I said, are you under the age of 65? If you're under the age of 65, you probably want to know about this. If you are 65 or over, I'm going to be fair with you. It actually doesn't pertain to you. You're good. If you're 65, you barely scrape by, okay? If you're 65 or over, you're good. But if you are under the age of 65, well, now this is where things get to be a little bit problematic, okay? All right, so currently as we speak right now, they have work requirements for what they determine as ABAWD people. Able-bodied adults without dependents is what that stands for, okay? So they have work requirements. Anybody that's determined as an able-bodied adult without dependent between the ages of 18 through 54 would need to fulfill the work requirements of 20 hours per week or 80 hours per month. Now, there are some exemptions to the rule, which would be like pregnant women, they're exempt. People who are fulfilling schooling or skill training or work training, things like that, obviously that fulfills the 20-hour per week work requirement. Okay. Now remember, I said the age is. As we speak right here, right now, this is changing, and that's why this is such a big deal. As of right now, it's between the ages of 18 and 54. Okay, that's where those individuals who are ABAWD would need to fulfill the work requirement. However, here's the problem. They're changing it. They're increasing the age by 10 full years up to 64. 18 to 64, who would now be required to fulfill the work requirements. Okay, now obviously there are still some exceptions to the rule, some people that would be exempt from actually fulfilling this. Now here's another problem as well. For those of you that have dependents who you may be able-bodied, but you say, hey, I got myself a dependent in my household, and that makes me exempt from the work requirement. Yes, currently, however, that's also changing in a big, big way, right? So right now, any dependent, any person in the household under the age of 18 is considered a dependent, right? So under the age of 18, 17 and under is considered a dependent. Well, with one of these changes here, and the provision here is no longer. That's not it. Now it is under the age of 7. Under the age of 7. So 6 and under is considered a dependent. 7 and above is no longer considered a dependent, which is honestly kind of weird because I'm pretty sure last time I checked, somebody that's 7 or 8 or 9 is still very dependable, or dependent, I should say, probably dependable too, but very dependent on an adult in the household, right? So I'm just saying. But anyway, so that's how this is changing. Now, there are some exceptions to the rule as well. If somebody is married and married and staying home with a dependent, they could possibly pass on this and not need to fulfill the work requirement if their spouse, as in they must be married, if their spouse is fulfilling the 20-hour per week work requirement, okay? If the spouse is, then they're good. Weird provision, but that's the case, okay? So that'd be most impactful for like stay-at-home moms, or not necessarily stay-at-home moms, but just stay-at-home parents. If they have a spouse and they're married, and the spouse would be fulfilling the work requirement, they'd be fine there. Okay, but here's the major problem. Now we have a situation where somebody currently right now, say 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, something like that, or above, anything like that, if they are able-bodied and getting SNAP benefits, they're fine right now. They're protected. They don't need to fulfill the work requirement because their age is above the current threshold. But here's the major problem. They're raising the age threshold to 64, right? So 18 to 64. What does that mean going forward? It means that somebody that currently is exempt because of their age being over the age of 54, so in other words, 55 or over, they would be exempt simply because of their age, right? But now that they're going to raise in another 10 years up to the age of 64, simply means that if somebody is the age of, say, 55, 57, 59, 60, 62, 63, 64, and they are able-bodied, they now would need to fulfill the work requirement. Why? Because that's what the new rule is going to say. 18 to 64 would be the new age range that somebody would need to fulfill their work requirement. Again, work requirement being 20 hours per week, 80 hours per month, which also would include skill training, job training, schooling, education, something like that. All of that qualifies as essentially work requirement, okay? So that's what that is. That's what that comes down to. So do you really think somebody that's, say, I don't know, 60, 62, 63, 64, or 59, 57, 55, whatever it happens to be, do you really think somebody in this situation who's able-bodied and is not exempt from the rule because of their age, as they are currently right now, do you think that this person's going to go out and say, hooray, I'm going to go out and get a job, and I'm going to work 20 hours a week so that I can get $23 or $92 or $118 or $192 or whatever it is from their SNAP benefit? I don't think so. Not a chance. That's my opinion on that. I could be totally wrong about that. Who knows? Maybe seniors are super excited. Well, okay, fine, sorry. Technically not seniors, but people between the ages of 55 and 64, who knows? Maybe they're super excited to get out into the workforce and work 20 hours a week so they can get a little tiny SNAP benefit and be told how to spend it, right? But that's the reality of what's going on here. So this is added into the reconciliation bill, okay? So just be prepared. This is how the program will be changing. Okay, now, a couple questions. Let's do this quick little Q&A. Again, common questions that I've seen down below on the comment section in previous videos and in live streams, and I'll just throw some out here that I anticipate I will also see here in the comment section on this video. Number one, I have a disability, okay? Doesn't matter the age. You could be 18, you could be 22, you could be 68, you could be 75, you could be 42. It literally doesn't matter. I have a disability and my age is X. Doesn't matter. Age does not matter here in this situation. If you have a disability, somebody has a disability, do they need to fulfill the work requirement? Age, again, age doesn't matter here. Answer is no. No. People with disabilities are not falling within the category of able-bodied adult without dependent, or ABAWD, okay? Any dependent does, sorry, I said that wrong. Any disability does not matter. Any disability, any age does not matter. If you have a disability, regardless of age, you're exempt, okay? You do not need to fulfill the work requirement. Okay, so that's that. Now, what about I'm 65 and I'm getting SNAP. Do I need to fulfill the work requirement? Answer is no. You do not need to fulfill the work requirement. Why? 65, you would be just 1 year over the age range in which someone would actually need to fulfill the work requirement. So again, I said 18 to 64, 65, you're good, right? So if you're 65 or over, you're fine. You would not need to fulfill this, okay? So that's that. Now, another question would be is, I don't have a dependent, I'm within the age range, I don't have a disability, what if I don't fulfill the work requirement? Good question. Benefits would be garnished. Benefits would likely be ended at that point for that individual. I'm not sure how many months it would take for them to figure out that you're not fulfilling the work requirement. I'll be fair with you. I'm not sure if it would take like 1 month until they figure it out. I'm not sure if it would take 3 months or 6 months, or if there's a grace period. I'm just honestly not sure. But eventually they would find out, and your benefit at that point would likely be seized. We're still waiting for further clarification on that as far as what happens to all the seniors, or sorry, again, not seniors, but people between the ages of 55 and 64 who are saying, I'm not going out and working for 20 hours a week so that I can get my small SNAP benefit. We still don't have clarification on what would happen to their benefit, but I anticipate it would be seized at some point. In other words, ended, right? So anyway, next question. Is this official as of right now? Not quite. Very close to it, okay? This will be added into the reconciliation bill, and that bill will be passed here sometime between now and, or sorry, what I should say is signed into law. Okay, they can pass it all they want, but until the president signs it, it's not official. But anyway, it'll be signed into law sometime between now and the 4th of July. That's their goal, okay? So, hope this helps you out. Again, if I missed something, please leave your comment, your question, your feedback down below. I'll do whatever I possibly can to come back on another video, to answer those questions, to jump on a live stream, whatever you need from me. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Otherwise, if you are enrolled in Medicare, or if you need to enroll in Medicare, if you're turning 65 or you're retiring or moving across state lines or county lines, here you go. This resource right here, the Trusted Advisors. That phone number is by far your best resource. I'm very confident, and I can authentically say that this by far will be your best resource right there. That phone number, give them a call. It's a team of trusted advisors. They're waiting on standby to help you. Give them a call. They're there to help you in any way that I possibly can, and please utilize that service. They have access to over 20,000 plans across the country. They will help find the best plan at the best price with the best coverages and the best fit for you and your personal needs. Again, so you can see the doctors and the providers you want to see, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to go to, the providers, again, the prescription plans that you need or don't need if you don't need any at all, and they're looking through all of them, which, by the way, each region, state, county, metropolitan area has their whole set of plans. There's tons of plans that are out there. That's why there's over 20,000 plans. They're trying to look through all those, and they're finding you the best options for you in your local area. Anyway, please utilize this service. Write the phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot, whatever you got to do. Utilize that, and again, bring all of your questions, whatever questions you have about Medicare. Again, Medicare Advantage, Medicare Part D, Medicare supplements, Medigap plans, initial enrollment in Medicare, whatever it happens to be. Go there with all your questions. Go at it. That's what they're there for. So anyway, provide all your questions, and they'll go to work for you. Otherwise, annual enrollment is coming up in a matter of months here. Please write that down. Give them a call now. Establish the communication now so that when annual enrollment comes around, you just literally have all the details right there for you. And then it's just a matter of just saying, sure, let's go for it. Let's save a bunch of money, which, by the way, the average senior is saving $1,100 is the average savings of seniors that work with them. The average savings. Obviously, that's not guaranteed, but that's the average savings. Anyway, let me ask you a huge favor. Who do you know? Think of a few people. I know you know 1, 2, 3 people, friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, your favorite cashier at the local grocery store or pharmacy, or the mail person, the postal carrier, somebody like that. Please go ahead and share this phone number with them as well. They'll be very grateful that you did, and they'll also take advantage of that. Anyway, hope you're here. Hope this helps you out a bunch. Otherwise, please subscribe if you're new here. If you have not done so, consider subscribing. Big subscribe button down below. Feel free to share this video. Big share button right down below as well. Check out the nearly 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or popping up on your screen in just a minute. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, please have a nice day. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you again soon in the next video.